My channel Data BIEs. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover a SQL concepts, right, regarding joins. So the joins in SQL is very basic concept, and it's a very must-have concept, right? Because if you are working in SQL, then you will come across joins, right? I mean, definitely. I mean, there will not be a case where you will just work with one table. So joins are used when we are joining, when we need to join more than one table using the common keys. Uh, so I'll just try and cover some of the interview questions that come up for joins. So for joins, right, I mean, it gets asked in Amazon interview questions, and you can refer to my playlist of Amazon interview questions. But this join questions are asked in Amazon, but in any other company, right? If you're applying for a data related job or BI related job, then definitely the join question will come up for sure. I'll try and cover some all the join concepts in this video with practical examples. Also, I just want to reiterate one thing that I just want to just comment on one other thing that one of the viewers asked in a comment, right, that when I prepare these videos, you guys also want a script, right? So I think that's a very good feedback, and I definitely want to appreciate that feedback, and then and definitely work towards that, right? So what I'll do is in the comment section, I will provide the scripts, right, to create these tables. So how I created the table, and I'll cover a separate video, the DDL concept and all. But if you see this data, right, so it took me some time to prepare this tables and data. But if you guys want to practice, right, then you don't have to do it. So I think it'll be of great help to you guys. So what I'll do is I'll just put the DDL scripts in the description, and then you can just copy paste those those scripts from description, and then if you have PG admin tool, you just go and execute the script, and you'll see those tables. And I'll try and also put insert commands, so that way you will have a data also. So whatever I am doing right now, you will be able to easily practice on the PG admin 4 tool, and you can download this Postgres very easily from the internet for free. So before I start my video, right, I have a request to you guys that please subscribe to my channel and like my videos, right? I mean, that gives me a lot of encouragement. I definitely want to help everybody preparing for the interviews, all kind of interviews, right? Not only Amazon, but other companies also, if you're applying for the job. And also the feedback is very much appreciated. Like one user asked for that this kind of a scripts and data. So I am going to provide that. I'm going to listen to you guys, and then and prepare the videos and provide you all the materials also, whatever I go through, right? So let's get started. So here there are 4 tables given, okay? The customer territory, and if you have seen my other videos, these tables we have utilized in other videos as well. One is customer territory, one is customer table, employee table, and customer sales fact table, right? So the query first is write a query to fetch those customers who are in the same territory, right? So they are asking about this table. So if you see this, the territory ID for customer 2 is Arizona, customer 1 is California. So if you see, there are 2 customers whose territory ID is matching, right? Customer 2 and customer 5. The others are not matching, others are different, but for customer 2 and customer 5 is matching. So what they are trying to cover is basically a self-join concept, right? So when somebody asks you to fetch the matching data from the same table, right, just put that in your mind that it's for the self joins, right? I mean, it's definitely targeting you towards the self join, because how are you going to fetch the data, matching data from the same column in a self join using joins, right? You have to use the same table multiple times. So in this case, if you see the self join, so what is self join? So self join is a concept in SQL where you are joining the same table 2 times, right? So if you see this, you have to, so and it's called table alias also. So basically what you're doing is you are creating a customer territory table and putting it as A, and using the same table and giving it a name as B, right? So that's how you are basically going to do a self join. So when you are using the same table two times, it's and you're joining it based on the column, right? It's called self join. Okay, so and this is little tricky, okay, because what you will do is probably customer A and customer B, and you will say territory ID, just match it, right? Just match it, so it's going to give you a result. No, that's not true actually, because let's run this query. So if you run this query, you see all the customers are coming, right? And why that's the case? That's the case because it's just joining all the matching. Its territory ID is going to match. So what's happening is it is joining, it is bringing these two values two times, right? It's treating it as a separate table, and it is joining CA to CA, it is joining Utah to Utah, it is joining AZ to AZ. That's why you see that customer 2 and customer 5 came up two times, right? So that's how they will try and trick you. So here what you need to do is you need to add another clause called and customer ID is not equal to customer ID, right? So basically when you are joining these two tables, you are saying that don't match the customer IDs of those, right, where the customer IDs are different, because what you want is out of this table is basically you want customer 2 and customer 5 where the customer ID is not matching, right? So in case of CA and CA, when it will join, it will say that customer ID is also matching, correct? Customer and customer will match. So here it is saying don't match that, correct? So let's run this query. So when you do that, you will say that only 2 and 5 is coming. So basically you have to, when you are using self join, you just need to verify your facts, right? And that you're because you are just replicating two tables, same table, you just need to make sure that you're putting this condition, right? Otherwise it's going to fetch multiple rows, like it's going to fetch all the data, right? So this is just self join concept. The second question is, let's move on to the other concept. Fetch all the customers in the territory, display the customer even if he or she does not belong to any territory, right? So here what is happening is, if you see the customer table, you have customer 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? And each customer should have the territory ID, right? So if you look at this table, right, you don't have a territory ID for 7, okay? Customer 7, you don't have a territory ID. So so what will happen is, if you just do a simple inner join, right? If you do an inner join, then what will happen is it will basically, so let's do an inner join, okay? So inner join is also one of the concept, right? So what is inner join? So what you're doing, customer and customer territory, you're joining based on customer ID, right? Because it's a common column, correct? So if you do that, what is happening? 1 2 3 4 5 6, because it's just finding a matching, right? Inner join, and inner join I have covered obviously in other videos, right? I mean it's pretty common. Most of the time we use inner join, right? I mean to join the tables and get the matching data. So here 7 is not coming, right? So what you need to do is you need to do a left outer join. So what is left outer join? Left outer join means whatever is left on this clause, right? So what is left on this clause? Customer. It will bring the data from this table, all the data, even if you don't have a matching data in the right side table, right? So you have a customer data. So in this case, that's what we want, right? We have customer 1 to 7 in this table, and we have customer 1 to 6 in this table, right? But we still want customer 7, right? Because what the question says, even if he or she does not belong to any territory, okay? If they said just display all the customer and then territories, probably inner join should have been the answer, right? But here saying even if they don't belong to any territory. So in that case, when you do a left join, what happens is, see, customer 7 comes up. Even if it does not have a territory ID, territory ID comes null, but it is giving you the value, right? And this left outer join is used a lot of times in SQL, because there are definitely requirements where you want to see all the customer, right? Even if they did not place an order, or even they don't have a territory, or if don't have any zip code, and many things can happen, right? let's say you have a stored customer address, right, in a table. Somebody did not put a zip code, right? So if you join based on that, let's say if they ask you to join on zip code, then you will not fetch all the customer, right? So there are many other, so something like sales, so we'll cover that in right outer join. Something like, say if the customer doesn't have sales, these people still want to see, because look at the real concept, right? If a customer is not making any sales, you won't target that customer, right? That why he's not making sales, right? I mean, why he so how do we increase sales to him, right? So it's a pretty common concept, left join and right join, right? So it's very useful, and definitely it will get covered. I mean, there will be a question, the most common questions that is asked in interview, right, is do you know the joins, yes or no? What are the different type of join in SQL, right? So inner join, left join, outer join, left join, right join, self join, and then cross join, right? And then they'll give you one example which will use one of these concepts, right? So that's how the interviewer will try and assess your join concepts, right? So now the question 3, right? Question 3, and here they have given multiple questions. So list each customers and their order value. Okay, so how do we get the order value? So you have fact table, right? So each customer you have a order value, right? And these tables are used in other videos, so definitely if you have watched my other videos, then you are familiar with these tables, and if you have not, then I recommend that you go and watch those videos, right? I mean, there are some other concepts covered in those videos. Over here, list each customers and their order value. When customer does not have order value, display 0. Okay, so it is telling you that. So again, let's see the fact table. So fact table, if you see 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3, so 1 2 3, only 3 customers have a order, right? And if you see the customer table, you have 7 customers, so basically 4 5 6 7 did not even have. So what they are saying is, again they are saying that does not have a order value, right? Display 0, does not have order value, which means will have to do one kind of a join, which is right join or a left join, right? So that covers the right join concept, like one of the join concept. And then list the customers having the highest total order value first, right? So again they are trying to basically tell you to order it, correct? Because if you see these customers, this customer has the highest order, right, 168. And then so again another thing here they're asking is customer order value, list each customer. So basically if you see this fact table, right, customer 1 has a repetitive order, right, 2 has a repetitive order. So in that case you will have to use group by, right, because they want data by customer, each customers, right? So basically you have to look at the data pattern also. So if you look at the data here, it's row by row data, but here they want by customer, so you'll have to use a group by clause, right? So what you will do, you will say customer ID and then sum of order value, right? You will do summation, because customer 2 summation will be 168 plus 40 is 208, and for customer 1 it will be 20 and 120 and 54, so 74, right? Now read the second question, right? When the customer does not have order value, display 0. So if you don't do that, right, if you don't, for showing 0 instead of null, right, you have to use this function called coalesce. Coalesce is a function which will basically put it 0 instead of null, right? So if you have seen in other example that we use for left join, here if you see, even if you use join, it will bring the null value. So here if you don't do coalesce and just print sum of order value, it will bring null. But what they are saying is, when the customer does not have order value, display 0. So we have to display 0, right? We have to meet this requirement. We use the coalesce function. So now what you will do, customer sales fact, right outer join customer, right? So here what you are doing is basically we are using right outer join. So right outer join is similar to left outer join. So in case of right outer join, what it will do is it will bring all the data which is right of this clause. Right of this clause, what is there? Customer, right? And left of it is customer sales fact. So it will bring all the customers even if they did not have the sales, right? And join on customer ID. Then group by customer ID, because you are using summation function, so you have to use a group by, right? And then order by total order value, because they are saying total order value first, highest total order value. So that's why descending. If they said lowest order value, you have to put ascending or just remove descending. By default it will take ascending, but here they are saying highest order first, so descending. So let's run this query. So as you see, 102, customer 2 308, customer 3 150, customer 1 74. It is ordering by highest order value, and if you see 7 5 6 4 are not available in the customer satisfaction table, so it would have either brought null value, but since we use coalesce, it is giving 0, right? So if you use basically here, let's say let's copy this, and if you do this, right, if you just do summation, right, let's see what happens. So here the problem is there, because when it is null, right, it will not order properly. So if you see, it treats null as the highest value. Okay, so your value of order also, order of the data also will get messed up, right, because it treats null as a highest order value, right? So that's why we have to use this coalesce function. Okay, so when we use coalesce function, data was correct. Okay, okay, so now the last concept is the cross join concept, right? So here cross join means what? There is no matching column in two of the tables, and it brings all the combinations. So it says here, see what it is asking. It's saying provide the combination of all the employees and customer. So if you see customer table, you have customer ID and their name and city and all, right? If you see employee table, it has employee ID and then it has employee ID and their city and all, right? There is no relationship, direct relationship between customer and employee, right? So you're saying bring all the customers and combination of all employees and customers, right? So in that case, what you need to do is you need to get the table customer and then do cross join, right, with employee. So when you do that, what happens is it is going to bring customer and employee. So what it is telling, so basically what it is going to do, it is bringing all the customer, that's customer 1, and it is mapping it to all the employees that are available in employee table. So employee 1 to 6, and customer 2 again employee 1 to 6. So it's basically doing a cross join, right? It's not finding any matching value, so it's joining both the data. It's doing a cross join and getting all the data, right? So this cross join, right, is it's very bad for the performance, right? Because what is happening here is you are bringing multiple set of rows, right? So cross join is sometimes useful, sometimes there is a need to get the cross join right in the query, but you need to be very careful. The moment you use cross join, your performance will get hampered, like, you know, it will go bad. So like I said, sometimes there are use cases where you might need that, right, cross join concept, like you need to use cross join, but most of the time you must avoid the cross join. Use inner join, outer join, right outer join, left join, right? Those are the joins that are most widely used. Cross join may be used sometimes. So interviewer can ask you, why don't you use cross joins? What is the issue, right? I mean, then you can say that cross joins obviously brings a lot of data, right? And then it can basically impact the performance of the query. That's why the cross join should not be used. Okay. So that's it for today. I hope this video was very useful to you. If that was the case, then please subscribe to my channel and like my videos, and then so that it definitely encourages me to make a lot of these contents. And I'll try and put the scripts, the DDL script, that is the table creation script, as well as the data script that I insert into script in the description of the video. Thank you all.